One of the things that we do is that the leadership sometimes talks to board members about conduct if something arises. Now, I'm the vice president this year. I was the vice president last year. 2 years before that, I was the president. I have been in the leadership for 3 years. Now, is it your position that this personal attack, as you termed it, is out of the blue and that you have never had discussions about conduct before? Is that your position that you're willing to state?
I don't think I'm taking it, but
you said this is a personal attack.
So that's what it feels like right now.
It's not an attack. I am simply trying to point out to you that the misinformation and false statements that you make to the public are eroding confidence in this school board. And I have attempted to have this conversation with you on many occasions, and you seem to not have interest in my opinion. So I think I'm bringing this out. All board members are here. There's a viewing audience. I'm not trying to hide anything, because it seems to me this is the only way that I can engage you in this conversation. Otherwise, you think I am just being nasty and not being nice. And it has nothing to do with personality. It has nothing to do with being nasty. It has everything to do with the credibility of this board. And having the public have confidence in the decisions that we make. And yes, we're going to disagree with each other, and we're going to argue very vehemently.
That's okay.
And that's perfectly
okay
fine.
to disagree. That's okay.
But you can't have false statements when you go to the public. There's another one that is extremely important. Some people in our school system have responsibilities at many schools. If they need to travel among schools, they're paid mileage. In some cases, mileage payments would exceed the price of the person using an FCPS vehicle. Therefore, people in the school system, some people have a school system car. Last spring, you stated in a public forum that we do not evaluate the use and expenditures for school system cars. Now, that's not true, but if you have concerns about that, why don't you come to the board and say, I want this on an agenda? We do evaluate it. It is not true to say to the public that we do not evaluate this, because we do. If you want greater detail, then say, I want this on the agenda, and we can discuss that. I just think there's a repeating pattern of this, and it's eroding confidence in our board. And I want to bring it out publicly, and I'm doing it tonight.
Well, thank you for your comments.
Well, I think the issue of accuracy is here to stay. I think that I'm comfortable to have taken on this role. It's particularly an unpleasant one, but I feel that this board works extremely hard to make good decisions for this school system. And I have a couple that I think weren't good. And I'm sure every board member has a couple they think weren't good. And they're probably not the same ones, which is why we but the majority rules. And I think we need to have an evaluation of the accuracy of comments that are being made to the public. And I'm comfortable bringing this up at other board meetings, either during board comments or during agenda planning, if an item comes up that should be on the agenda. I think that's it's of the utmost importance that we do this.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Any other board comments?
I have one.
Okay.
It's interesting that we're going this route now, discussing these things, and I guess I should have expected this, because after continuously violating the Open Meetings Act, and I'm going to be called out on this as this is not an accurate statement, but I guess the state will say whether it's accurate or not. But after having continuously violated the Open Meetings Act time and time again, and you haven't been able to bully me and personally attack me enough behind closed doors, now we're going a different route, and we're going to do it out in public, because we finally agreed to televise planning sessions and along with our board sessions. So, because I think that this particular discussion has eroded to a level below respect that we would expect from our students and our employees, I'm going to leave the room.
You can leave the room, but the issue's not going to go away.
That's fine.
Fine. If you think that someone's saying, Donna, you're saying errors to the public that are not acceptable, and if that is what you call bullying, And if you think that saying it behind a closed door is not appropriate, then I guess we have to say it in an open forum, don't
We're
we?
level the playing field, Dr. Borsa. I'm going to get copies of what you have so that I can look at it as well.
If you want copies of your
Okay.
own comments, because you can't remember them, then that's fine. I do
That's
have one
good.
final comment about respect, and that is about April 15th. You attended a political rally and chanted against the school board on the steps while we were in here discussing the budget. And you never, ever contacted us that you would not be present. And we had a joint meeting with Frederick Community College, which you did not appear because you were busy at a political rally. And we were never, ever contacted that you were not going to be present. Do you think that shows respect for you serving on this board?
And the lies continue.
That's a lie? You're saying you were not participating in April 15th?
I'm saying
You're saying you did not miss the FCC meeting?
I'm saying I notified that I might not be able to make it, but at best, I would be late. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Dr.
If you're going to be critical of Donna, then you guys all need to be critical of one another as well. And just because she comes
Excuse me.
You don't have the right to do
You're right,
this.
I
You don't
don't.
wanna
You
hear.
don't have the right either.
Call it out of
We adjourn.